Is this the perfect time to add the MiG-31 in War Thunder? Hello guys, once again it's Matt. Thank you all the members and patrons, make sure to subscribe. And here we are with some live commentary. I'm actually flying around right now. And what if there was a tornado that is faster than the tornado, that has a better radar than the tornado and can fire R-73s, and of course the R-33, which would be a missile comparable to a Phoenix to a certain extent, but better overall in performance in certain stats like turning capability. Not by much, like 4 or 5 Gs max, more max. Like it would turn a little bit better, but not by much, right? Would that be actually competitive? Well, in my opinion, yes, guys, and that would be the MiG-31, an aircraft that would be basically what the Tornado F3 late is right now, right? Or something like that, right? It would be an aircraft that has a missile that can do very well in BVR. It has the dogfighting missiles, but it will not have the capabilities of dogfighting too much, and it would rely on its speed and the way that it flies straight forward, you know, not turning, to actually get the kills and stay alive, right? This would be the MiG-31, and the MiG-31 is an aircraft that is obviously a development from the MiG-25, and the MiG-25, I can agree with most people that it would be a difficult aircraft to fly. It wouldn't be as easy as other aircraft. It doesn't have a cannon. The missiles, obviously, they're alright. They are very much comparable to something like the R-24, but that doesn't mean that they are very easy to use as well. I mean, it's a missile that, you know, it's hard to use, so it would be a harder aircraft to use. Saying that, I still believe that we should see the MiG-25 in the game, but I understand why people have some concerns with that aircraft being added. But the MiG-31 kind of solves multiple problems on the 25, right? Although it doesn't turn very well, it turns better than the MiG-25, and it has a cannon, and the missiles are much, much better, even with later models being able to use the R-77, which is a missile that is in the game, of course, right? So it would make sense to have something like this, since, you know, we have multiple weapons that are already from that aircraft, right? Would it be competitive? I don't know. I have a feeling that yes, much more than the Tornado, because I gotta say the Tornado suffers from its performance. It's not that fast, and it can be somewhat difficult to fly sometimes, but in the right hands, if you know what you're doing and you learn the aircraft, it can be a deadly aircraft as well, right? So, oh, come on, the missile didn't hit. So I really, really honestly think that it is the perfect time to actually add the MiG-31, and a lot of people really want it. And that's the second thing that I wanted to talk about. Is it needed or just wanted, right? No, it's not needed, okay guys, obviously. I mean, it's an aircraft that we already have better aircraft for the meta in the game. The Su-27 would be the main one, right? The Su-27 is one of the most meta aircraft that we have in the game, along with others, obviously, but it is an aircraft that can be very, very, very deadly, and with that, it can actually do very, very well, you know, and make the Soviets basically not need anything in top tier for a very long time. But we know how Gaijin is. They don't add just stuff that it's needed, right? I think this match is already over. Yeah. Let's get to another one and I continue to talk. And here we are with the second match and we continue our talk. Obviously, it wasn't a very, very good point when I just don't get any kills with this thing. But indeed, I do believe that the performance of this aircraft kind of holds its back, you know, against some other aircraft, because it's not really that fast and it doesn't turn very well. So it's a difficult aircraft to fly, you know. Of course, it is a 13.3, so not top tier. But it's funny that this aircraft and the MiG-29 SMT are the same year, right? But still. But yeah, guys, as I was saying, Gaijin doesn't just add stuff that are needed, of course. You can see that with the US, for example, that always gets something, although they just got one. The Soviets always get something, even though they just got another aircraft or something. So it's always there are nations that will have more stuff, and they want to add stuff that are fun and that people want, right? And the Soviet interceptors are basically the backbone of Soviet air defense, right? I think it's one of the most important parts of the Soviet air forces, because if you don't know, technically the Soviet Union had two forces that used jets in that sense. I mean, three technically with the Navy, right? But apart from that, from normal air forces, it has basically two, which is the normal VVS, the normal air force, you know, and then the PVO, which is the interceptor force, right? The air defense forces, which are basically made so that they can defend themselves against bombers and stuff like that. And that's where the interceptors always went, right? So, for example, the Su-15, the MiG-25, the MiG-31 later, right? So multiple types of aircraft like that. They used to be, and they are still used by the PVO. Yeah, that guy just turned around. I think my missile will miss again. Ah, I'm dead. Oh god. But yeah, let's wrap the video up in the hangar. Hold up, let me just go back to the hangar. Yeah, probably wasn't my best playtime ever, but I really have to not take too much time doing this video, so yeah, anyway, right? But yeah, guys, basically the idea is that Gaijin doesn't just add stuff that is needed, right? They add stuff that it's pretty cool, and I think the MiG-31 is, for the PVO, something that it's too important to not add. Obviously, I still believe the MiG-25, the Su-15, they are all aircraft that are needed in this tech tree. It doesn't matter if it's needed in the game itself, it's needed because they are so important, you know, historically, basically, right? So, yeah, I think right now it's the perfect time to add the MiG-31, because we might, I mean, we always have better versions out of it that can be added, and that would basically create kind of a like, it would solve the problem. But for example, the MiG-25, a lot of people would say that it would arrive dead already, right? Dead on arrival. But the thing is, with the decompression, it would still have a place. But the MiG-31 is an aircraft that could be top tier, could be 13.3, 13.0, I don't know. But at the end of the day, if it's suffering, it can always receive upgrades to it and be on top, you know, to be like good enough. So yeah, MiG-31, guys, think about it. Let me know in the comments what do you see, and you know, what do you think about the MiG-31. Would you like to see something like that flying around in the game? And yeah, guys, I see you guys on the next one. Make sure to subscribe, and bye, guys. See ya.